Before we go, I want to take a minute to introduce our audience to a new online-only regional news outlet that's getting some attention from outside the state, and I don't just mean in Kansas. Meet the Kansas City Defender, a new nonprofit news site that's trying to reach young Black audiences on both sides of the Missouri-Kansas state line and across the Midwest. It's a really fun site to read with a mix of local news, activism, pop culture. What stood out to me was on the About page, it seems that a good number of the staffers there have come out of the journalism program at Howard University, that this is an offshoot of HBCU education.
Right, and it is an offshoot of that. The person that started it went to an HBCU and actually was not in journalism. Mm-hmm. Many of them come out of other areas. The thing that really not so much surprised me, but kind of gave me a little bit to think about was the fact that they are very upfront in the type of news organization that they're going to be. They're very upfront about advocacy, very upfront about adhering to the tenets of the Black press and the history of the Black press. And so they're going to cover movements. They're going to cover stories in a way that is not going toward the establishment, those types of things. But then they're also going to highlight up-and-coming artists, up-and-coming movement activists in a way that the legacy media or the mainstream media doesn't do it. And I think that that's what's really generating the buzz behind the Kansas City Defender.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there are a lot of historic African-American publications, including the St. Louis American, but we've all thought, oh, well, that's time has passed. But I think what you're seeing, especially with the internet, is smart people going for niche audiences. And I think this is an example of that, of somebody saying there's an audience out there that is interested in the news that we want to produce. And we have an opportunity not to be like the Washington Post was trying to be with Jeff Bezos, the news source for the world, but we're going to pick our slice of the pie, cater to this group of readers, and really build an audience and build a relationship with readers. And I think that's a winning formula. It's not a local community, it's a community of interest, but it's the same idea of this is a community that we're going to know, we're going to cultivate, and find some loyalty there.
Yeah, my hope is that they're able to secure enough funding to be able to sustain it for a long period of time, because that's what happens with a lot of
the funders have to be willing to lose money for a while.
Yes, absolutely.